Welcome back, everyone. It's been the new year now. It's probably February. I'm recording this in January, but you know how I am with my upload schedule. But anyway, I thought this would be quite an interesting video to do. I came up with the idea a while ago and I just sort of kept rolling with it. And I I had a lot of fun coming up with different things that I could do with it. So this is the video now. So it's like a haunted doll, but as I was doing the idea, I thought, oh, I can give it like voice lines and stuff like that. And then I realized that that's going to be a bit repetitive and boring, and it's not going to be as creepy because it's just the same lines over and over and over again. So what I thought was I could put an AI of a dead person inside of the doll so that it actually thinks that it's an evil doll. And I thought, who would be a funny character to have as a haunted doll? And I figured Margaret Thatcher would definitely be up there. A lot has happened. But on the plus side, it means that I've had 5 months to think about exactly how this is all going to work, which is a positive. So let me just briefly explain how it's going to work. So there are two parts to the doll. We've got the brains, which is the AI and everything, which is controlled by our new friend, the Raspberry Pi. And we also have some of the more basic stuff, like I'm going to have its eyes light up when it becomes dark, which is just going to be controlled by an Arduino over here. So I'll explain all of this, we'll get this all done, and then we'll come back to all of this later, because this is much more difficult. So for the Arduino, it's quite simple. All we need is this little electronic component called an LDR, or light dependent resistor, which basically just changes the resistance of the electricity depending on the light level it's reading. So in caveman terms, less light, less resistance, more light, more resistance, less electricity. And so we're going to use this to control the eyes. So when it becomes dark, the eyes will glow in the night. But we do have one slight problem, and that's that I don't actually have an LDR or a resistor that it controls. So we're going to need to do a quick little detour. You see, what I actually spent those 5 months doing wasn't working on anything else important in my life. It was actually making a time machine for this exact reason. It means I can go back and grab the LDR before I waste it. Okay, let me just tap on the other one now. Oh, it hasn't played for a minute. This is probably why it didn't work very well. This is coming short of what? Mamma mia! Now that we have the LDR and the resistor, we can put together all of the Arduino stuff. Da 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 da! Behold, the Arduino stuff is all wired up and put together. So what we have is we've got the Arduino here, which is plugged into a power bank over here. These are two separate LEDs, which we're gonna have one for each eyeball for the doll. And here is our little LDR friend. So the LDR reads the light levels in the room, which gets pinged to the resistor and into the Arduino. Now, the Arduino's got a bit of fancy code on it that basically says if the light level in the room is below a certain amount, turn on the LEDs. So I'm about to demonstrate for you what that would look like with a simulation of nighttime. As you can see, when the LDR gets covered and it doesn't pick up any light, the LEDs come on. I could do this for hours. And that is basically just all the Arduino stuff that we need to do. I'm going to sort of make sure it all stays in place. And when it's on the inside of the doll, I'm just going to like solidify it in hot glue so it doesn't move about, so it keeps working. So that was all of the Arduino stuff done. Now let's get on to the much more difficult bit, which is the Raspberry Pi. So let me quickly just show you what it is. See? Well, this actually is the Raspberry Pi. It's essentially a very, very small computer, and using this, we're going to be able to put it in the doll, and it's going to be able to run all of our Python code for the AI model and the text-to-speech processing. So we're essentially turning the doll into a mini PC. Well, in theory, that's how it's going to work. I've not actually done anything with this yet. I've just sort of plugged it in and set it up. So let's hope for the best. So the next shot is either going to be me, very, very defeated, or I'm going to be very happy. So good luck, future Jonah. Yeah, so slight change of plans. A week and a haircut later, and the Raspberry Pi still is not working. Because originally, the problem was that I couldn't get the Python packages on there into VS Code on the Raspberry Pi, which I ended up fixing. Then the next problem was that it wasn't the full packages that were installing, so it didn't have every function that I needed. So I figured, oh, I'll become all hacker man, I'll go onto the Raspberry Pi, and I'll change the operating system from Raspbian, which is, I think it's a form of Linux, to Windows 11, which didn't work either. So basically, I'm either stuck tearing out my hair for another week for something that's just not going to end up working, or I just use my laptop, which is less cool because it means that everything isn't on the doll, but it means that it's going to work better, it's going to be faster for essentially the same result. So yeah, I am kind of upset that I'm not going to be able to use the Raspberry Pi for this, but I think overall it's actually better that I'm not. Okay, so this and a bit underneath it is the code for the AI and everything. So very, very quick explanation because very few people care. Basically, it uses Character AI, which is an online website where you can essentially chat with AI chatbots and make your own. So I used that to create my own AI, gave it a few prompts and stuff, told it who it was, and you were essentially able to type and chat with it. Now, they made a Python module so you can control it and talk to the AI using Python, which means that essentially I could write code that would send messages and receive the messages back and display them in Python, which meant that I could use a text-to-speech software, which I used ElevenLabs, to take the text that the AI created and outputted and turn it into a voice and have it play back. But then there was the problem that you'd have to type in what you wanted to say to the AI, so how could I solve that? I used the same code that I used for the Cringe headset, where it detects what you say, and then obviously it translates it to a text, which then uses that inputted text as the input for the AI to read. So I'm just going to demonstrate to you how it works. I'm going to turn on the code, and I'm going to have the voice come out of this Bluetooth speaker, which I'm going to use in the actual doll. Right, it's working now. I've got the microphone set up. I'm trying to be quiet so it doesn't pick up what I'm saying. So, hello, Maggie.
No, how can I assist you?
Could you just explain what you are, what your purpose is?
Certainly. I am a chatbot that is powered by artificial intelligence. My purpose is to provide information and assistance to users who initiate a conversation with me. I can answer questions, provide insights and information, and even have an engaging discussion with users.
Who are you?
I'm a chatbot that was created by a company called Character. AI. My name is Margaret Thatcher, and I am based on the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Margaret Thatcher. As a digital entity, I am trained on a vast amount of data and information about Margaret Thatcher's political career,
So it works.
her legacy, and her public statements and speeches.
So
I can provide
hopefully
information about her time in office, her policies and achievements, and her impact on British society and politics.
I'm going to turn it off now. So as you can see, the AI all works perfectly fine. So all we need to do now is get the doll, put the speaker inside, and then add in all of the Arduino stuff we did already. But I still need to get a doll. Problem solved. I now have the doll. Problem is, I've realised it's going to be absolutely horrible because I'm basically going to have to do surgery on this thing. And on the back there's this child, and it stares into my soul and says to me, why? Why? I could have used this doll as a toy. Why? So God forgive me for the war crimes I'm about to commit. Oh my god, that's a speaker. Oh my god, I need to put lights in its eyes. So I figured I'd save drilling the eye holes and the hole in the top of the head to myself, because I was pushing demonetization with the rest of the stuff, really. So this is the finished doll. It's not hooked up to the AI yet. It's not all connected, but the LDR and everything does work. So as you can see, when I put its head in the dark, the eyes light up, which is sick. It's all sort of just held together, and when you shake it, the eyes come on as well, which I just kind of find funny. It's not intended, but whatever. So now the doll is fully complete. I need to, like I said, hook it up to the AI, test it, show all of you, and then probably take it somewhere. I'm doing like a cult thingy. That's what this is. I thought we'd have a lovely little tea party, because I think that's what you do with dolls. Nothing there. Hello, Maggie.
Hello there. How can I assist you today?
Ooh. I just wanted to do a quick little interview thingy. This is a tea party. Ah, my finger!
Certainly. I'd be happy to join your tea party and participate in the interview. Please feel free to ask me anything you like.
How are you liking the doll body I made for you? Quite good, isn't it?
Must say, the doll body you've provided for me is quite impressive. It's well made and very lifelike. I feel quite comfortable inhabiting this form.
Why are you on Earth, Maggie? Why have you come back from the dead?
I haven't truly returned from the dead, but I do still exist in some sense as a digital presence. I was brought back as a virtual entity, and my programming is based on the knowledge and experiences of the real Margaret Thatcher, former British Prime Minister. So in a way you could say I've been resurrected in this digital form to continue engaging with the world.
Well, you're engaging with my audience at the moment. I'm recording this for YouTube.
Ah, I see. I'm glad to be a part of your recording and to have the opportunity to connect with your audience through this platform.
Yeah, you can say hi to them if you want. Video's nearly done.
Oh, thank you for the offer. If it's appropriate to do so in your video, I would be happy to say a quick hello to your audience. Just let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Hello to all of King Creator's audience. It's a pleasure to be here and interact with you all through this recording. I hope you enjoy the tea party theme and find the conversation entertaining. Thank you for watching.
I forgot she knew. I forgot that I logged in to the thing as King Creator. That really scared me. So how does she know? But wait! I've just realised something!
What have you just realised?
Shut up! And so, what I realised is that I have this scary thing, and if I'm making YouTube videos, what is like the one YouTuber's dream doing 3 a.m. content where you're like calling something or summoning something. So I'm currently on my way at 2:45 in the morning. I'm on my way to a churchyard. So I will check back in when I get there. But it is good because when it's late at night, you've got the baby to act as a flashlight if you're in any particularly dark areas. Like coming up along here. Look in these bushes. It's great. This is it, boys and girls. Don't know how visible everything's going to be. As you can see, we're in the graveyard at 2:55. 5 minutes until it becomes 3 a.m, which is when all the scary YouTubers film all of their videos. Ooh. And yeah, the baby does act as a really good torch though. The LEDs, thank you Temu, the LEDs are really strong. That's another exit. I'm going to go back up that way again. It might lead me back to the way I came in. There's the entrance to the church. Camera's not picking up much, which is a bit of a shame, but you know. Ooh, 2:57. Oh, there's a bench here. The spooky bench. Okay. Well, I'll sit here until it turns 3 a.m. and then... Oh, slug. And then I'll be leaving. Alright, it's 3 in the morning. I'm going to get home, bring this thing with me. Thank you for watching. Bye everyone.